Students, in the first video of tissue, we had discussed about the meristematic tissue, and we had also discussed about their placement, their location, and their function, etc. Now, today we will discuss about the permanent tissue. You know that permanent tissue also arises from meristematic tissue when they stop, their cells stop division. That means when they lost the capacity of division, they becomes permanent tissue. And meristematic tissue convert into permanent tissue. Okay. Now we will discuss about the permanent tissue. So what is permanent tissue? Permanent tissue are those type of tissue which cells have lost their capacity of division, है ना? परमानेंट टिश्यू वैसे टिश्यूज होते हैं जिनके सेल्स डिवीजन की कैपेसिटी खो देते हैं. दैट मीन दे डू नॉट फर्दर डिवाइड. ओके, दोज आर कॉल्ड परमानेंट टिश्यू. दिस टिश्यू अराइज फ्रॉम प्री मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू when cells of meristematic tissue get matured. तो जब मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू के सेल्स मैच्योर्ड हो जाते हैं, मतलब उनमें पूरी तरह से ग्रोथ हो जाता है, तब क्या होते हैं, वो कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं परमानेंट टिश्यू में. ठीक है, परमानेंट टिश्यू कांट, देयर सेल्स कांट डिवाइड. ओके, नाउ टाइप्स ऑफ परमानेंट टिश्यू. परमानेंट टिश्यू के टाइप्स क्या हैं? देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ परमानेंट टिश्यू. वन इज सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू एंड अनदर इज कॉम्प्लेक्स परमानेंट टिश्यू, है ना? तो सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू को फर्दर डिवाइड किया गया है 3 टाइप्स में, और कॉम्प्लेक्स परमानेंट टिश्यू को 2 टाइप्स में डिवाइड किया गया है. ठीक है, तो 3 टाइप हम लोग अभी पढ़ेंगे सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू के बारे में. वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू. So these simple permanent tissue are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. ठीक है, 3 टाइप के सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू है जो कि जिनके नेम है parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. ठीक है, उसके बाद parenchyma टिश्यू क्या है? This type of tissue are abundantly found in all parts of the plant. ये पैरेन्काइमा टिश्यू प्लांट के सभी हिस्सों में पाए जाते हैं. ठीक है, द सेल्स आर लूजली पैक्ड. इनके सेल लूजली पैक्ड होते हैं. दैट मीन दे हैव इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस बिटवीन देम. दैट मीन बिटवीन 2 सेल्स देयर आर सम स्पेस. दे आर थिन वॉल्ड. इनके वॉल जो है वो थिन होते हैं और दे हैव इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस अमॉन्ग देम. ओके, फंक्शंस क्या है पैरेन्काइमा टिश्यू की? फंक्शन है पैरेन्काइमा टिश्यू स्टोर्स द प्रिपेयर्ड फूड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टार्च. यानी फोटोसिंथेसिस के दौरान जो फूड प्रिपेयर होता है ग्लूकोज के रूप में, इसका ये स्टोरेज करते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टार्च. ठीक है, एंड इन डेजर्ट प्लांट दे स्टोर वाटर एंड मिनरल्स बिकॉज they are also called succulent plants. Desert plants are also called succulent plants because in desert there are scarcity of water, and the root absorbs water and store it in the stem of desert plant. They are also green in color. Stems are also green in color, and they help in photosynthesis because they contain chlorophyll. Okay, and so they do the work of storage. And the leaves of desert plants, xerophytic plants, are in modify into spines. कांटे की तरह उनका स्ट्रक्चर हो जाता है. ठीक है, after beside this the parenchyma tissue also store waste products in the form of गम एंड रेजिन्स, है ना? गम के रूप में, रेजिन्स के रूप में ये क्या करते हैं, वेस्ट प्लांट्स के वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स को भी स्टोर करते हैं. सेकेंड वन इज कोलेनकाइमा. कोलेनकाइमा टिश्यू हैव ओवल सेल्स विद थिक सेल वॉल, है ना, ड्यू टू डिपोजिशन ऑफ सेलुलोज एंड पेक्टिन. In the कोलेनकाइमा tissue, the cell wall is thick, okay, and they contain, the cell wall contain deposition of cellulose and pectin. You know that cell wall is made up of cellulose, but here pectin, a proteinous substances also remain present that provide rigidity and flexibility to the cell wall. ठीक है. This कोलेनकाइमा tissue remain present in aerial parts of the plants like stem, branches and leaves. They remain present in aerial part which is in the air, up over the soil. Okay, so they provide flexibility to the stem, leaves and branches to withstand the blowing air or wind without the stem bends or leaves bends, but they do not break due to presence of कोलेनकाइमा tissue. So कोलेनकाइमा tissue provide mechanical support to the plant, okay, and flexibility to aerial parts. They provide flexibility to aerial parts so that they can withstand the pressure of speed of wind, okay, and without breaking. क्या होता है, जब हवा चलती है तो प्लांट्स के ब्रांचेस मुड़ जाते हैं, झुक जाते हैं, बट दे डू नॉट ब्रेक. Why do they do not break? Because presence of कोलेनकाइमा tissue in their aerial parts. Okay. Then comes third one is sclerenchyma tissue. Sclerenchyma tissue have dead cells. Okay, and their cell wall are cells of sclerenchyma tissue are dead, and their cell wall are lignified. They are very thick. Okay. So sclerenchyma tissue are made up of dead cells which lack protoplasm. Inside them there is no cytoplasm or protoplasm. Their cell walls are lignified due to presence of lignin. Okay. And there are two types of cells present in sclerenchyma tissue. These are fibers and skeletons. Fibers are long, narrow, with lignified cell tapered at both ends. Okay, they are long. They can be long as 6 meters. Okay, and their cell wall are lignified. There is presence of lignin that make it rigid. There is rigid cell wall, and as they are dead, they provide only mechanical support. Second cell is sclerotids. Sclerotids is also called grit cell or stone cell. Sclerotids are called grit cell or stone cell that provide grittiness to the some types of fruits like guava, pear. These fruits have presence of stone cell or grit cell, that means sclerotids. Okay, and they provide roughness to the fruit, grittiness to the fruit. Okay, while the fibers are present in coir of coconut के छिलके होते हैं, उनमें होता है, and they are used for making ropes and coarse cloth. Okay, so these sclerenchyma tissue provide mechanical support to the plant. This was all about the simple permanent tissue. Now we will study about complex permanent tissue. Look here. Complex permanent tissue. So complex permanent tissue are of two types. These are xylem and phloem. You know about the xylem. Xylem are water and mineral conducting tissue. Okay, and phloem conducts food, prepared food. So conduction of water takes place in one direction, that means from the roots to the leaf of the plant. But conduction of food, that is translocation of food, is carried in all directions, that is multi-direction. Okay, so look here, complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue ये हमने बनाया है ना. How many types? Two types. Yellow and red.